Okay, Monica.
हाँ, जय सच्चिदानंद।
जय सच्चिदानंद।
દાદાનું ગીત મારે ગાવું છે, દાદાનું ગીત મારે ગાવું છે, પ્રેમનું અમૃત પાવું છે,
પ્રેમનું અમૃત પાવ
છે,
શ્રેયા જોરથી.
દાદાનું ગીત મારે ગાવું છે, દાદાનું ગીત મારે ગાવું છે, દાદા ભજનની રડ મને લાગી, દાદા ભજનની રડ મને લાગી, ભક્તિ રસમાં નાવું છે, ભક્તિ રસમાં નાવું છે, દાદાનું ગીત મારે ગાવું છે, દાદાનું ગીત મારે ગાવું છે, ભવસાગરમાં નૈયા મારી ડોલે, ભવસાગરમાં નૈયા મારી ડોલે, સામે કિનારે મારે જાવું છે, સામે કિનારે મારે જાવું છે, દાદાનું ગીત મારે ગાવું છે, દાદાનું ગીત મારે ગાવું છે, જીવન મારું બન્યું અકારું, જીવન મારું અકારું, દાદા શરણ રહેવું છે, દાદા ચરણોમાં રહેવું છે, દાદાનું ગીત મારે ગાવું છે, દાદાનું ગીત મારે ગાવું છે, દાદા તમારી આજ્ઞામાં રહીને, દાદા તમારી આજ્ઞામાં રહીને, જ્ઞાનામૃત મારે પીવું છે, જ્ઞાનામૃત મારે પીવું છે, દાદાનું ગીત મારે ગાવું છે, દાદાનું ગીત મારે ગાવું છે, દાદા વિતરાગીની દીક્ષા પામી, દાદા વિતરાગીની દીક્ષા પામી, દાદા જેવું મારે થાવું છે, દાદા જેવું મારે થાવું છે, દાદાનું ગીત મારે ગાવું છે, દાદાનું ગીત મારે ગાવું છે, પ્રેમનું અમૃત પાવું છે, પ્રેમનું અમૃત પાવું છે, દાદાનું ગીત મારે ગાવું છે, દાદાનું ગીત મારે ગાવું છે, જય સચ્ચિદાનંદ, જય સચ્ચિદાનંદ,
જય સચ્ચિદાનંદ. Abhi, not too many people have come, so we will do now Kalam, okay? Oh, wait. Deepak Dada says we'll do Asim Jai Karo. Deepak Dada.
Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand.
So I do, and who will follow? Or
Everybody. All four will follow.
Dada Bhagwan na Asim Jai Jaikaro.
Dada Bhagwan Asim Jai Jaikaro.
Dada Bhagwan na Asim Jai Jaikaro.
Dada Bhagwan Asim Jai Jaikaro.
Dada Bhagwan na Asim Jai Jaikaro.
Dada Bhagwan Asim Jai Jaikaro.
Dada Bhagwan na Asim Jai Jaikaro.
Dada Bhagwan Asim Jai Jaikaro.
Dada Bhagwan na Asim Jai Jaikaro.
Dada
Dada Bhagwan na Asim Jai Jaikaro.
Dada Bhagwan Asim Jai Jaikaro.
Dada Bhagwan na Asim Jai Jaikaro.
Dada Bhagwan Asim Jai Jaikaro.
Dada Bhagwan na Asim Jai Jaikaro.
Dada Bhagwan Asim Jai Jaikaro.
Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand, okay? Shailesh Dada, Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand to everybody.
Can you do 3 mantra? Children will follow you.
Yeah, sure.
Today is
Namo-
English satsang.
Namo Vitragai.
Namo Vitragai.
Namo Arihantanam.
Namo Arihantanam.
Namo Siddhanam.
Namo Siddhanam.
Namo Ayariyanam.
Namo Ayariyanam.
Namo Vajjayanam.
Namo Gazzayanam.
Namo Loe Sawa Sahunam.
Namo Savanam.
Aiso Panchal Mukkaro.
Sopanchakaro.
Savapavapanasano.
Savapappanashano.
Mangalanam cha sauvesim.
Mangalanam cha sauvesim.
Padmam havai mangalam.
Padmam havai mangalam.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand. So there is nobody who knows English prayer, so okay. Okay. Deepak Dada, you have the English prayer?
Yeah, moment.
Okay. Yes, okay. Hetaksi knows the English prayer. Okay, Hetaksi. 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 Okay, you can do the English player. Hetaksi. The Hetaksi is there?
She was there. Let me see.
Okay, go ahead. Deepagada, you can do it. Oh, she's there. Okay, thanks for that.
O Dada Bhagwan, please give me infinite inner strength such that I will never compromise my health, so that my body as an instrument will always be helpful in my satsang and study. Life course of studies and satsang. I will remain absolutely sincere in studies. I will always stay away from bad company and bad habits, and whatever happen, please shower your divine and grace blessings such that I never ever miss my satsangs. May I use my mind, speech, body, instrument, and my soul, that is all my resource, to oblige other, which is the best religion. I always remain sincere, moral, and pure in mind, speech, and body in all my dealings with self and everyone in life, so that I become man of personality. I explain as Dada Bhagwan. Oh, Dada Bhagwan, I further resolve to always listen to my parents and never will I ever beg answered then arrogantly. Please give me infinite inner strength in this time.
Very good. Can you do study prayer also?
Yes.
Okay,
Oh,
go
Dada
ahead.
Bhagwan, I am determined to break all the various obstacles and obstructions that came in studying and understanding. Please shower your divine grace and break the veils on my vision and give me the infinite strength to make my learning the best.
Okay, very good. Okay, Divya, is Divya there? Deepagada?
No. Oh yeah, she's there.
Okay, Divya.
Hey, unmute, Akshay.
Hey,
No.
Dada
Okay.
Bhagwan.
Okay, now. Hey,
Hey,
Dada
Dada
Bhagwan.
Bhagwan.
हम हैं
हम है
आपके
आपके
बच्चे।
बच्चे।
दिल
के सच्चे फील भी है कच्चे
काम करेंगे अच्छे अच्छे
काम करेंगे अच्छे। Very, right, very good, Divya. Okay, for the new people who are join us, okay, we will talk about the 5 Niyam, 5 rules that everybody is following. Okay, and what is Niyam? Afterwards, Shailesh Dada will explain. Okay, why Niyam? What are the benefits of Niyam? Okay, so the 5 Niyams are: you choose. We have 3 goals of life, so you choose any one of them to improve yourself. Okay, just like first goal is study. So any weak studies you are, you can take up a plan to improve that. Second one is health. Your waking time, your eating habits, your eating prayers, exercise. You can pick anything you want to improve on. Okay. Third is the Sat Sadhan. We have sent everybody there are 25 such sadhans you can do every day. So you can choose, like to do 25 of them. So Shailesh will say what is the benefits of that later on, okay? And the fourth niyam or rule is super brain yoga. Deepak Dada will explain what is super brain yoga. And the fifth one is satsadhan. So all the new people, please make a chart every day and see what niyam you are going to do. There's people, our children are doing it, so we'll just take a report from them from the last week, how they did on the niyam. Kushi Ahmedabad?
Jai Sachidanand.
You have to talk in English. Can you talk in English? Okay, try. Monica Didi, you think about it, okay? Monica Didi?
Jai Sachidanand. And my first name was to do 15 sums in maths for 1 hour. But from last week, I did 7 out of 1 only. And my second name is to wake up on 5 o'clock. But I woke up from last week, I missed only 1 day. So third name was to do 25 satsadhan fully. But I only did for only 1 day, 1 out of 7. 7 out of 1, sorry. And my fourth name was to do not break Kalam 1, but I broke every day, so 0 out of 7. And my fifth name was to do super brain yoga. So I did only for 5 days, just 2 days from that, 7 out of 5 days.
Okay, Kushi?
My first name was to do 20 sums in maths. I did only 1 day, so 1 out of 7. And my second name was to wake up 6 a.m. So today I does not woke up, so 6 out of 7. And my third name was to do all the satsaran, 25 satsaran. I does not did 1 day also, so 0 out of 7. And my fourth name was to do sit-ups, 20 sit-ups every day. I did only 4 days, so 4 out of 7. And my fifth goal was to read Tamil for 30 minutes every day. I did only 2 days, so 2 out of 7.
Okay, Karishma. Karishma Didi?
Jai Sachidanand. Help mom. I help.
Okay, you have to practice, okay? Shreya Didi? Shreya, we cannot hear you. Okay, Navneet Didi?
My first name is do not break first Kalam. So I do not break first Kalam. So 7 out of 7. My second name is do not be lazy. So I was lazy 3 days. I was active 4 days. So 4 out of 7. My third name is solve math. I do not do it. 0 out of 7. Fourth name is brain exercise. I do it 4 days. 4 out of 7. My sixth name is Satsadhan. I do 25. 7 out of 7.
Okay, Hetaksi Ba?
Yes, say Sachidanand. My first name was that I had to wake up at 6 am. So it is I had wake up at 6 am at 6 days. Today I was only wake up at 7:30. My second name was that I had to complete my homework every day. Only 2 days I hadn't completed my homework, so it is 5 out of 7. My third name was that I have to don't break my column 1. But today I had broke column 1 with mom. So it is 6 out of 7. My fourth name was that I have to do the brain yoga. So I hadn't do 1 day. So it is 6 upon 7. And my fifth name was that I have to do such sadhan every day. Only today I had done 21 Satsang from 25. So it was 6 upon 7.
Whom did you break the first column with?
Mom,
What did what happened?
that my only some fabric were incomplete. I was telling to mommy that my all fabric are complete and in our maths test I have some less marks. So mom was angry that why you have less marks in maths.
Okay, Vidhi Didi?
Jai Sachidanand, my first niyam is that I want to wake up at 6:30 a.m. So in this niyam, I only 3 out of 7. My second niyam is that I want to do satsadhan, all satsadhan. So 5 out of 7 because 2 days I missed 2 satsadhan. My third niyam is that I don't want to break Kalam number 4. So in this week I broke Kalam number 4 with office Didi. My fifth niyam is that I don't want to break Kalam number 5. So I broke Kalam number 5 with this Didi. And my sixth niyam is that I want to do super brain yoga. So 6 out of 7. One day I missed it.
Okay, afterwards, Shailesh Dada will talk to you about how to work with co-workers. Shailesh Dada, you give hard time to your co-workers? Or, okay, Ananya Didi?
Jai Sachidanand. Today I did 30 minutes of English grammar. Today I had follow 8 column out of 9. I had not follow first column. I jumped 60 out of 100 ropes today. I broke the first column with my mom.
What did you do with mom?
Mom was not in the mood to talk and I was talk with her. So mommy angry.
So your mom, you check your mom's mood, huh? You don't check your mood? Shailesh Dada will talk about that. Okay, children, we'll catch up with other people tomorrow. Deepak Dada, what is superpower yoga?
Yeah, I will just show you one of the kids Darshana and Kushal had done, because the main video which shows and explain this is quite long, but we will make it short and just explain it briefly what it is all about. Just a moment. Can you all see that?
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, it seems we had a small video from America, the way they used this particular yoga practice, and they found great changes in several areas. That is, people who had mental diseases, school kids who were not obedient, who were not listening, who were creating a lot of trouble in the class. And by doing this, they automatically came into discipline. And when they did some what do you call medical x-ray, not x-ray, some picturing imaging, then they saw that the working of both the right and the left brain became balanced. And this is how, so they have introduced this in various mental hospital and other what do you say, facilities where kids and even elders have problems. So even here in our kids session, we had told them to do 10 such sit-ups, touching their ears in a cross, that is right hand touches the left ear lobe and the left hand is the right side ear lobe, and you have to really squeeze it like. So it does acupressure And they have said that they have conducted experiment that if you do this, then this thing works automatically. It is like self-educating, self-correcting. So some of our kids experimented this, and they found that they were able to pay good attention in their studies. It also helped you physically, just doing sit-ups. Like one of the kids said that her maths skill improved. So this is how. So we have introduced this, and everyone is doing it. Even elders are doing. Even I am doing it on regular basis. Rani Dada is also doing. One more thing I would like to add. I have seen one of our very senior follower, senior Mahatma, his name Dr. Radhakrishnan. I have seen him whenever he did worship and he did his morning salutation to God in his temple. I saw him catching his ears like this, cross hands, and doing it 3 times. He would sit down and do sit up 3 times. And this is an dramatic display of your repentance of what you have done wrong. So this is how it works, and with the kids, it is really working and helping them a lot. Jai Sachidanand.
Hey, Sachidan, come on. Keval, come on. Keval, you do with your papa every day and report next Sunday, okay? Kavan, you do with your dada, ma, and report next week, okay? Okay, now we are very fortunate that because we're talking about super brain yoga, Shaileshanandji is also here, and he'll talk about that. He'll talk about Niyam and also how to deal with subordinates. Shaileshanandji?
Ji. So, talking about the Niyams, first, a gross simile that a river water has abundance of energy, but it works when it is flowing between the 2 banks of the river. If it flows haywire, the whole energy is lost. Similarly, our body, mind, body, speech, mind, then our whole inner self, and then our soul or conscious. We have immense potentials or immense energy in very many aspects. But to harness that inner energy, to best utilize our inner energy at all levels, body level, speech level, mind level, inner self, as well as our soul or inner conscious level, we should have some niyams, self-imposed regulatory system or niyams. Now, there are 2-3 things that our prakriti, even our body rhythm, biorhythm, we say in medical or science terminal. If you cultivate your biorhythm in a particular niyam, then it works the best. And you must be observing that whatever biorhythm you have developed, in those periods, your body, mind, speech, all are at the optimum level of functioning. So, even physiologically from the body and mind and inner energy point of view, it's good to have certain patterns or certain niyams. At a level of our mind also, it's like harnessing the energy of horses. You have very powerful horses, but if you don't rein and harness the energy of horses, it will all drag you to any direction. So for that, but to achieve any good thing in a life at any level, relative or real, maybe worldly or maybe spiritual, one should have certain niyams or certain self-imposed systems, I would say. And then only we can have the best outcome. Today's world is in a way competitive world. We all have been given same timings, but how we use our time and our energy decides where we will be, whether in the top class or will be lagging behind. And as far as the spiritual or inner progress is concerned, the value of restraint has been immense, and restraint comes, or the self-containment comes with the niyams or self-imposed systems. So at one place, even Dadaji said that niyam will take you to moksha. Whatever niyam is there, but niyam will take you to moksha. So this is the value of niyam, or the self-imposed regulating systems, or our self-imposed, self-made regulatory, or niyam. What in Gujarati we say niyam, but in English we can say it's my self-regulating, self-imposed systems. Any question about that, or anything further, Rajni Dada?
Unmute.
Sorry, thank you. Keval, do you understand what Shaileshanandji said? Keval?
Yes.
Okay. Kevin? Kavan?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, dear. Okay, Shaileshanandji. You can go to the next subject. Because Shaileshanandji.
Which one do you want to take me?
Okay, you can talk with Vidhi what happened. Akushi. Oh, sorry, Vidhi, what happened with at work. Vidhi.
Jai Sachidanand. I broke column number 5 with our office girl because she made wrong bills. That's why.
What did she do?
She made wrong bills, like party wise alag bilo jata rahela એટલે.
Wrong bills. Okay. All right. So I would say that to be successful and happy and harmonious in our relative or interconnected living, where we are living with others, it's interconnected living. Rather than the academic knowledge and skills, they are important, but how you deal with the other humans, art of dealing with the people is of paramount importance. Even if your skills may be little less, but if you know how best to deal with the people around you, maybe your co-workers, maybe your colleagues, maybe your customers, maybe your clients, maybe your boss, whosoever it is. That is why Dadaji said that one who can master the art of adjust everywhere, not to adjust everywhere, but dealing with the people, will not only be successful in this world, but would also sail to the door of liberation. Now here, there are several aspects. It won't come overnight, but one has to slowly understand the aspects. Number one, it's your impulsive reaction. Yes, she did mistake. I agree that she sent wrong bills. But at the same time, you have to look within yourself before giving reaction. So I realized, I experienced that the world universities teach us lessons of management, how to manage. And in that, they try to teach us how to manage the other resources, human and otherwise, means living and non-living, material resources as well as human resources. But the enlightened ones say that one who can manage one's own self can only manage best the other people. If I can't manage my impulses, if I can't manage my own reactions well, I cannot manage the other people. So before going to our Jnana, we are traveling from the lower steps to the. So what happens? That your co-workers and colleagues will be faithful and will be harmonious with you if you look Shudhdhatma into them, if you are friendly with them, You need to tell them, but before telling them, you have to make yourself such a friendly that she will feel oneness with you. So oneness and friendliness, Dadaji said, Laguttam Bhav will come later on. But oneness and friendliness starts. So you can definitely say that, see, this mistake will cost us this much, this will have these results, but never mind, because everybody learns from mistakes. Don't we make mistakes? We also make mistakes.
Yes.
Then Dadaji gave us the another principle also. So working with co-workers, it's a garden of human beings. In a garden, all are not rose, all are not jasmine, all are not mangoes. You can't go to mango and ask for a flower. You can't go to rose and ask for a mango. So recognize the personality or abilities or positive skills of a person, and also there will be shortcomings or thorns or into that. But a leader or a superior or a what you can say a supervisor or a manager, whatsoever word you use, it is one who knows the abilities and skills of the people and can make best use of it, and do not find the shortcomings or always do not point at the faults of it. So even if your intention may be good that the such mistake should not occur, but there has to be a way. Otherwise, the hearts and mind gets broken, and then she will have to be with you, but from heart, he or she will not be with you. So it's a garden of human beings. Know the abilities, positivities, and skills. Know the art of dealing with the people. Your heart should be such that you can nicely deal with the people. And that's where it comes that I have to deal with the people, but I don't want to hurt anybody. So this is a practical taste which is starting as soon as we go out in the world. All what we learn here and what we reiterate here as Niyams, that's a taste over there. Here it is theory. In a living, in a life, it is a taste, practical, how much we have imbibed it. So it works like this, and a leader is one who remains most humble, Laguttam Bhav,
Right.
but shows by own living and gives an example by own living. So there are many, many qualities of a leadership or dealing with co-workers or underhands, but we have just brought out the few. Your transparency, your honesty, and during office hours, you can deal formally. During tea time or during relaxing time, be friendly, bridge the gap with a friendliness. So during the office hours, you will have a best hearty support from everybody. Right. Even in your absence, they will heartily work for you. Otherwise, you cannot win over the hearts. So one has to learn the art of winning over the hearts of the people if one wants to get the best out of people. And that's where I need to look at my own egoism, means relative discharge egoism, that it doesn't do bossism over the other people. People say he's doing bossism, right? So this is these are some of my observations or my feelings from Dada's Gyan. And Dadaji, for Dadaji, thousands of people work. Dadaji was civil contractor. And he used to work with the laborers, and laborers are the most jadi buddhi, and you know what the civil, in a civil line, what the laborers are like. Yes. But Dadaji dealt very nicely with all of them. Hardly ever he had to shout at them. But they were bound, they were ready to give heart, soul, and life even for Dadaji. Because Dadaji has that unique weapon of love and oneness.
Right.
Okay. When you have a chance, why don't you put down the points and let us know? Okay. Hey, Keval. Keval? Do you hurt your papa or mama?
Sometimes.
I'm sorry?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. What happens when sometimes?
I feel bad.
No. Why you sometimes hurt? I know that is very good. You feel hurt, okay? But why sometimes that you have to do it?
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay, next week, please let us know. Kavan always hurts his papa, right, Kavan? Kavan,
Most of the time.
do you hurt your papa all the time?
Not all the time, but most of the time.
Most of the time. What do you do?
He tells me to do this, but I feel like that for me, because once I finish it, he tells me to do another thing, and then I get so tired that I just want to do my own thing, so I get mad.
Okay, next week, please jot down some of the points, okay? And then we'll discuss with Aptabudha. Okay, Monica, you had a question?
Yeah, I have also one question and also want to say something. Yeah, tomorrow my exams are starting, so give me the blessings that I will do my best in my exam.
Oh, sure. We all of us pray for you that your chit remains best during the exam. Dada Bhagwan will be there with you in exams. Okay.
Yeah, and my question was that how to deal with people. How to deal with people now you said.
Yes, how to deal with people. How would you like the people to be dealing with you?
Lovely and happily, cheerful.
Yes. So this is a simple sentence of the wisdom that deal with the people the way you like to be dealt with by them. Right? So लोग आपके साथ जैसा व्यवहार करें ऐसा आप इच्छा रखते हो ऐसा ही व्यवहार आप दूसरों के साथ करिए. That's a simple saying, but let's go a little into depth of that. That whenever you behave nicely with the people, whenever you see virtues into them, whenever you see any positive quality into them, do you feel happy?
Yeah, I feel happy.
And do you get anything out of that?
No.
Why not? If I see something good in Deepakanandji, I immediately get it. I get benefited. So if you see the virtue, if you see the positivity, if you respect, if you feel happy about something of somebody, it is you who are getting benefited. Yes. And if you see anything shortcomings, or if you condemn anything, if you criticize, if you are mad about anything of anybody, it's you who are loser. So by seeing the virtue or a positive quality, you are the gainer, or we are the gainer. By seeing the bad thing, we are the loser. That enters into us. So that's a big lesson. And when I try to be nice, irrespective of how they are behaving to me, if I try to be respectful, nice, good, friendly, if I decide to give them happiness and help, then I am the gainer. I rise above, I feel my inner energy will open out, I'll be able to cross all the obstacles and hurdles. So much so that no obstacle will feel like obstacle to me. So, and if we go still in depth of that, the world is me only. And it's my own echo. First is world is my own echo. Dadaji gave a simple example. If you go to a deep well and shout, you are a thief, the echo will come, you are a thief. If you shout, you are a king, the echo will come like you are a king. Similarly, world is our own echo. Whatever inner and outer vibrations or behavior we are passing to the world does come back to us. So only allow the vibrations and mind, body, speech, behavior to go, which if comes back will make us happy, and it will not hurt us. Second thing, no sooner your mind, body, and speech makes others happy, you are the first happy person. Before helping others, you are helped, and before hurting others, you are hurt. So that's how also world is me only, because it affects me first. So world is my own echo and world is me only. So, and the last and most important thing, we behave reactionarily. If somebody says good, I will, in a reaction, I'll say good. If somebody says bad words as a reaction, I will give double bad words. Enlightened ones never have the reactionary behavior. They don't do a reactionary behavior. They do what their understanding tells them to do, no matter what the others are doing. So these are some important lessons of dealing with the others. And as you become more and more wise, you will realize that there is no other in the world. It's me only.
And
As long as you feel there are others, there will be a gap and there will be a puzzle of dealing. No sooner you realize that in a worldly language there are others, in a nature's language it is me, because it's my own projection. It's projection of my own conscious. So then you will learn everything.
yeah,
Okay?
whenever I see somebody who I don't like, and when I see their face, I get so much angry that
But who is the loser there? You become loser, or he or she becomes loser?
I become loser.
So do you want to continue the same business?
No.
Then,
how can I avoid that situation?
Yes. So if your eyes are not seeing good, you go to eye doctor that please give me glasses, check my eyes, or correct my cataract. So here inside us, there are certain viruses of computers or certain ignorant beliefs that he or she is not good and that and that. That very opinion is hurting us. That's our impurity of our inner vision, right? Even a bubble tree is useful, even though bubble tree has lots of thorns and nobody likes a bubble tree, but it has a lot of medicinal values. So one who knows those medicinal values will use it. So similarly, Dada Bhagwan said that all these are the natural creations created by nature, and everybody has some or other virtue. So change your vision from within. That, see, if I wear a black glass, the world will look like black. If I have a red, the world will look as red. And then I keep on shouting why the world is red, red, red. No, you change your glasses. The world will be beautiful and clear and white. Remove your cataract or get the numbers checked. So we have to go within, change our wrong, ignorant beliefs, which is showing us the others are like this and that. And along with that, it is our egoism, which is unwanted egoism or a negative egoism, which is first hurting us and then hurting others or making the world miserable for us. At times, it can make the world miserable for us. But it's not the world, it's we who are creating the world. Happy or miserable, it's up to us. So ask Dada Bhagwan, give me such an inner understanding, inner vision, clarity of inner vision and inner energy, such that my negative opinions just get vanished for everybody. And I have positive opinions. And then as a next step, I move towards becoming opinion free.
Okay. Yeah, you have to think about it and add that to one of your niyams so you can track it. Okay, Jai Satchidanand.
Make a list of the people whom you are getting annoyed to, and then find out which opinions are of your own is creating that annoyance. So that's how you will be able to get free of that. Okay?
Okay? Okay, Mr. Shaileshanandji, we will hear a part today. The part will be by Hetaksi.
Sure.
Hetaksi.
तरछोड़ थी आ दुनियाમાં બંધાય છે અંતરાય કરમ સામે છતાં ના ભોગવાતા ખાણો પીણા હાય કરમ સામે છતાં ના ભોગવાતા ખાણો પીણા હાય કરમ તરછોડથી આ દુનિયામાં બંધાય છે અંતરાય क्युरम निश्चेतनया चेतन पुदगल सामा मणता छट छट करियो आभड़ छेटा તિરસ્કારે આવ્યું ત્યારે ઠેબો દીધું અકડો અહમ વિરોધતા ફેંકી દે વ્યવહાર કરમ અકડો અહમ વિરોધતા ફેંકી દે વ્યવહાર ધર્મ વીજળી કવાણી ને ટેન્શનમાં બાંધે જાતે વેર ગઠ તરછોડથી આ દુનિયામાં બંધાય છે અંતરાય કરમ. જય સચિદાનંદ.
Jai Chida, very beautiful pad you sang very good. Do you know meaning of Tarchod?
Yes, means if anything is coming to us, so we are not taking it, we are ignoring it.
And what column do you break by Tarchod?
Column number 5.
Column number. So, Shaileshanandji, please talk a little bit about Tarchod and with Hetaksi ba? Shaileshanandji?
We were just talking about annoyance and hatred, and so Tarchod is something like annoyance or disrespect, disregard, and even pushing away the things from us with all these negative emotions or negative attitudes. So that's what is Tarchod, and it is for both living as well as non-living things. And if we go little in depth to previous question as well as here, Monica ji, it's our pride. One who is seeking food for pride, जिनको मान की भूख ज्यादा होती है, उनको दूसरों के लिए निंदा, टीका, क्रिटिसिज्म ज्यादा आती है. So it's inner something, inner our notes which are working. So here it is said that this, and it breaks Kalam 4 also, Kalam 5 also, it may even go to Kalam 1 also. Yeah. All the columns may be broken by this, most of the columns, not one, because you may break somebody's egoism, hurt somebody's egoism. You may be condemning the preachers, teachers, or other religions also. You may have the abhav and tiraskar for the living beings. You may have the hurting, harsh and hurtful language towards others. So to me, it appears that all the first 5 can be included in this one or other form.
Okay. Hetaksi ba? Okay. Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand.
Okay. Vidhi and Anaya. Let us talk a little bit about okay. Okay. Jai Sachidanand. Shaileshanandji. Now let's talk with Vidhi Didi and Ananya Didi, what their Tarchods are.
Okay.
Vidhi Didi, Ananya Didi.
Whose turn first? Ananya Didi?
They're thinking.
They are thinking. Okay.
My Tarchod is on, like mommy sometimes angry with me, so મને એવું લાગે કે આ મમ્મી પણ એટલે આમ તરછોડ થઈ જાય એના પ્રત્યે. And sometimes some peoples and also some things.
Yeah, I understand. Mom, it is not. It's a popat masti. I don't think at your heart you have Tarchod. Tarchod is from the heart, at the level of heart, where your heart is full of annoyance and aversion, negativity, and whatnot. It's at the level of heart. And I do not want to sort of enter into that area, but we are seeing around in the media, in the newspapers, especially in India, or you see in certain parts, that we are having annoyance or tarchod for certain group of people, certain community of people and whatnot. So it should not be at the level of heart, that's all. The basic crux of the story is, mom, next moment you will go to mom. You can't have the hatred for mom. So tarchod is, your heart is full of hatred and annoyance and aversion and repulsion, or whatever word you use.
Yes, but I don't know the perfect definition of Tarchod. What is Tarchod in?
Tarchod English માં એનો કોઈ શબ્દ જ એક્ઝેક્ટ ના આવે. કેટલાક શબ્દ એવા છે કે આપણે ઇંગ્લિશ કરવા જઈએ પણ એ પાટલી જ થાય, કારણ કે એમાં જે ડેપ્થ છે ગુજરાતી ભાષામાં, એ ડેવલપ થયેલા લોકોની લેંગ્વેજ છે, એટલું ડેપ્થ ઇંગ્લિશમાં આવી શકે એવું લાગતું નથી. એટલે આપણે આપણી ભાષામાં સમજી જવાનું.
બરાબર.
Jai Sachidanand.
Ananya Didi.
મને સૌથી વધારે તરછોડ અમુક વાર ગમે તે પીપલ ને અમુક વાર જોઉં ને, જેમને પહેલા તિરસ્કાર બહુ કરેલો, એ પીપલ ઉપર હજી તરછોડ થઈ જાય છે.
Yeah, so that's where we need to go back to our own self, that the world is like a museum, Ananya. Whether you and me like it, dislike it, approve it or disapprove it, the world is like a museum, and there will be all kinds of people in the museum. There are 14 lakhs of layers, as the enlightened ones say. If you put one layer is comprising of similar nearby thinking and development process, there will be 14 lakhs of layers. And from the negative most to the positive most, all the types of people will be there in the world. There will be Ram, Krishna, Mahavir also, and there will be murderers and whosoever you name it, and they'll be there. The beauty is, the Vitrags lived in this same world. And Dada Bhagwan gave a wonderful simile. If you don't have drainage line, gutter in your home, will your kitchen remain good? So they are required for the rest of the house to remain neat and clean. Drainages are required. You don't go and open the door of that drainage or the dhakkan of that drainage, right? So similarly, nature has made all these arrangements. These are all natural arrangements, and there'll be drainages, there'll be pickpocketers, there'll be thieves, but the white collar people have also robbed the people. So who will balance their scores? So nature need pickpocketers also, nature need the thieves also, and this is a natural wonderful balance. So there is no reason to be averse about anybody, just know as it is. Look at their Shudhdhatma, walk your own way. It's not necessary that you गले लगाने जाने का जरूर नहीं है, but aversion का भी जरूरत नहीं है. Dada Bhagwan told us second very beautiful thing. We were all in Abu 79, we were very young, and Dadaji took us at all different places from morning to evening. He said us one sentence: museum mein you have right to look and enjoy it, everything, looking, observing, but you can't take anything from the museum. You will be caught and there'll be a bedi in your hand. So we could not understand what he meant by taking away from the museum. No sooner you give the opinion about anything, you are taking the thing with you from the museum. So move around, look at everything, but don't develop a binding opinion, especially a negative opinion about anybody. Number one, it will hurt you. Number two, it will bind you. Number three, it will create headache for you. Number four, it will create karmic bonds for you. and you will be caught in your own net of your own opinion. So you'll be taking the things from museum. So you'll have to come again and again to the museum of this world. So enjoy, look, understand how the world is functioning. See scientifically with open mind why the nature is doing all these things. If you believe that nature or Vyavasthit Shakti is doing this, try to understand all these different formations of nature or Vyavasthit Shakti, right?
Right.
Jai Sachidanand.
Right.
Thank you, all the kids. Come again.
Vijay has a question, Deepak Dada.
Okay. Go ahead.
Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand.
My question is that every time my nischay is very strong, I don't want to do this, but some of the people and some of the things, some of the atmosphere breaks my nischay. So that time, what should I do?
First on a lighter moment, then on a Gnan moment. If you have a big LCD, LED, whatever TV at your home, and 5, 7, 8 people are sitting, would you like to keep remote with you, or would you like to give away the remote?
Keep remote with me.
So why are you giving your remote to others? If others can provoke you, if others can diffuse you, if others can make you angry or depressed or whatever, your remote has gone to others.
Right.
Do you want to do that?
No.
No. Deepakanandji never gives remote to anybody, even if one wants to snatch. So don't give our remote to anybody. Don't allow the others to provoke us. They are ready to provoke us. Why should we get provoked? Right?
Right.
So look within, and now on a Gnan note, that it's a continuous interplay of, on one side Vidhi's Prakriti, on other side Vidhi's understanding or a Gnan part, right?
Right.
So before really the Gnan part or understanding and Jagrati takes over or starts functioning, the Prakriti reacts. It's very fast reaction. So people say don't react, give response.
Right.
Don't give reaction, but give response. Response is in your state of awareness with understanding, with Gnan and with inner reconciliation, right?
Right.
So it happens, the Prakriti will burst out, but no matter. Okay, we understood that it is with this Prakriti, say, we immediately you understand that this is not correct, it's mistake, and we also say, Dada Bhagwan, I beg pardon for this mistake, please forgive me and give me energy not to do it again. But that's not all, Vidhi. Now is the next step, because you are all very good and very noble-hearted and very advanced souls, I would say. I'm sharing this with you. Our Prakriti has not come from the sky. We ourselves has made our Prakriti by our past beliefs, by our understandings, by our certain expectations and certain opinions. So try to recognize that what type of understanding, what type of my agraha or insistence or what belief is making me provoked or making me Prakriti to make such mistakes. And what Dada's Gnan is now saying, once you can counter or clear those Prakritic beliefs and understandings with Dada's Gnan and understanding, Prakriti will become normal and free of mistakes.
Right.
So Prakriti itself is a bundle of beliefs and we can say mistakes. So it will do. It's okay. It's natural to, mistakes are going to happen. It's our Purusharth in first stage not to go with mistakes, not to take the side of mistakes, to do Pratikraman, and second stage to understand and change the beliefs and understanding of our Prakriti, which will allow us to get rid of those weaknesses or mistakes. Right?
Right. Right. Perfect.
So we have to keep on washing the older understandings and beliefs with the current Gnan understanding and beliefs. Agnyavasthe bandhayelo pragnya sthite ukalato.
બરાબર. બહુ સરસ.
But
Thank
this
you.
is a slow but wonderful process. Once you get a neck of it, okay, how my Prakriti is working and what should the Gnan be working, then you will be at a wonderful level of progress.
Right. Thank you. Jai Satchidanand. Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand.
I apologize to the elderly people who probably some of them may not be knowing English well.
No, this is English satsang.
I know Deepak Anandji, I know.
This is English satsang.
We know, and we are doing English, but at the same time we have to be considerate to all people. So
No, this is English satsang.
I am not going to Gujarati. I am apologizing to them. Let me apologize to them.
This is English
I never said that I will do in Gujarati.
This is English satsang. That's all I know.
Okay.
They have 6 days. They have 6 days during the week. So this is a special session for the English-speaking guys.
We invite
them.
Okay, go ahead.
Jai Satchidanand. Gitamen.
Jai Satchidanand. Shaileshanandji Sahib, Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand.
Deepak Anandji Sahib, Jai Satchidanand. Dada Bhagwan.
Please, huh?
English,
Yes, please.
થોડા mistake થઈ જાય. Dada Bhagwan says, one avatar, Atma.
No, it doesn't matter. You speak in Gujarati, you will translate in English. That's no problem.
દાદા ભગવાન કહે છે કે એક ભાવ આત્માને માટે ગાળી લે અને થોડુંક સમજાવો ને ઇંગ્લિશમાં સમજાવશો ચાલશે.
Fine.
Yeah.
Dr. Sir, please repeat in English. Better.
Dada Bhagwan said that for many, many births, we were living for body self or body, mind, soul, or name and name belongings. Now, since that we are realizing that my real self or the pure self or Shudhdhatma self is eternal and the real and permanent for me, and that's my real form or my real swarup. Now I should live means have in my direction, understanding, Jagrati, Purusharth, which will be for my pure self or the Shudhdhatma self. See, if we give the examples, we were living before this Gnan and the world is living. For body self means for body's pleasures, for mind's pleasures, for anger, greed, pride, deceit, money, and all these relative things which were to be left over here with the name. All the things attached to the name were going to remain here because I was never knowing my real self. But since now I have known that I am Shudhdhatma, I am full of abode of infinite knowing power, I am abode of infinite seeing or perception power, I am abode of infinite bliss, abode of infinite energy. And on top of that, I am Chaitanya Ghanaswarup or eternal. Now from within, outside is not in my hands, but from within, now it should be my decision, it should be my direction, it should be my Purusharth to live for my real self. That means all the inner measures, Vayu Agnyas, Shuddhopyog, all the Satsang and all the tools and means which will be taking my pure soul self from second day to the Purnima. So that's what he's saying, that for births together, you have always lived for body self, but you have never been relieved or you have never even tasted the bliss. Now that you have tasted the bliss and you have known your real self, live it. Live one birth Pass one life for the real self or Shudhdhatma self, and you will be done. That's the meaning of that. Now,
Okay.
પુરુષાર્થ શું કરવો હવે?
The Purusharth has already been given simplified to us in 5 sentences. But if we go deeper down, let's examine our own self, that I want to live for Shudhdhatma. I want to live with 5 Agnyas. But if something happens in my relative Vyavhar part, do I get stuck over there? If something tells me something not liked by me, or something counteracts me in my beliefs, or doesn't agree with my viewpoint, does I get stuck over there? Do I get annoyed? Do I get inner file? That means I'm living for relative, not for real. I'm still living for my body self, not living for my Shudhdhatma self. Whenever my egoism is not respected, or not taken care of, or not regarded, does it get wild, and do I take the side of my ego, or do I go to protect my ego? If it is that, I am living for relative, or my body self, or my egoism self, and not for Shudhdhatma self. So when the situations come, you see whether you are, or I have to see whether I am living for Shailesh or I am living for Shudhdhatma. And still, most of the Mahatmas will realize that they want to live for Shudhdhatma, but many a times they miss out on Jagrati, and they still live for the name bearer.
Correct.
Or they take the side of the name bearer.
Correct.
Or Prakriti, whatever word you use it.
Correct. Good. Correct.
Jai Satchidanand.
Satyan Deepakanandji. Jai Satchidanand, Dr. Sahib.
If a rickshawala or a cab person is asking for double the money, at that time, do you live for Shudhdhatma, or do you live for those money and fighting for, or arguing for those little money? Okay, go ahead.
Dr. Kashyap.
Jai Satchidanand, everyone. Shaileshanandji, Jai Satchidanand. Deepakanandji, Jai Satchidanand. Rajniji, Jai Satchidanand. I want to ask about this one satsang, Dadaji satsang. He talked about Murti Pratishtha. He did Murti Pratishtha in some temples, and the pujari and said that he never had such darshan before. So can you please explain about what is Murti Pratishtha?
See, Murti Pratishtha is sort of making Murti alive, idol of Chetan. And who can do it? Really speaking, who can do it? Number one who is free of inner weaknesses of anger, greed, pride, deceit, attachment, and aversion can really do the Pratishtha in the Murti, or can make that idol a live form, or a form which will give benefit like a live form. Number 2, one who is having the fully opened out experience of the pure self can put the pran or pratishtha into that murti. So
what is exactly pratishtha? Means what is the live? What is
pratishtha? Is you are putting the energy, Chetan energy, into that idol, so it gives the result as if it is a live entity. So it's a very subtle science. So whenever Gnani Purush or Tirthankar, they don't have to do anything. But whenever the Gnani does the pratishtha, the Chitta Prasannata and the Murti becomes sort of smiling. The atmosphere gets changed. That is why the Pujari said that he never had seen such a pratishtha or such an atmosphere. And Gnani, it's a height of it. But we also experienced in 1992 when the Surat Mandir's Pratishtha function was going on. It was 5 days function, and at 12 night, we all 700, 800 Mahatmas were sitting in front of the mandir in that a small tent. And we were told that usually nobody is allowed whenever the Acharya is doing Pratishtha because it is disturbing to them. From within, Dada Bhagwan said that please allow us, the Mahatmas would not disturb, but there will be something divine. And Mahatmas were sitting for 48, 50 minutes speaking the Shudhdhatma qualities. I am Shudhdhatma, I am Vishuddhatma from within. And whenever their inner state was at a very good state, I am pure soul self like a Simandar Swami, and they did a Bhav Pratishtha, and the whole atmosphere was so divine, so divine, so divine. Those who were present must be, yes, yeah, Kirtiben. So it was never seen, never experienced event. So that happens. So this is, see, Murti we have created, but when the Pratishtha means our life power is given to the Murti changes, and then there are deities behind the Murti. So no sooner you enter such a temple, your whole inner and outer things get changed, and your whole experience, you experience a different world within. You enter the Surat Mandir, you enter the Mehsana Mandir, you enter the Simandar Swami's Mandir, which has been Pratishtha, which has been given the pran by Gnani Purush, and you experience something.
So the Murti, the idol smiling and other.
Yeah, Murti smiling is when your own chit becomes prasanna, Murti appears smiling to you.
Okay, like that.
It's a state of your own reflective consciousness, your own chitta, which is so divine, so pious, so prasanna, that Murti talks with you, Murti smiles with you.
So the celestial beings also, they have a role in this?
Yes, very much, very much, very much. Without the deities and divine powers, this won't function. So every Tirtha Kshetra and every idol has the divine powers, deities or celestial beings working and protecting them. But the main important is the Pratishtha by Gnani Purush or Tirthankar or such a highly evolved people who really make it a different story.
So the celestial beings, they become pleased and they create such atmosphere and such some events, that is how it happens?
Not only they have their own roles, but more than the celestial powers and their state, it's the state of purity. It is the pure soul state. It is the state of the self-realized ones which makes this happen. The deities will also want to be there to have the darshan of them.
So the purity influence also is creating all such atmosphere, divineness.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so means basically Gnani Purush or Tirthankar, he is telling the purity in the bhav of purity in the idol. Is it correct like that?
Purity in relative and experience in real, absolutism, both.
Absolutism. Thank you. Yes,
Nikhil Bhai wants to ask something. Sheetal or Nikhil Bhai has raised hand. Deepakani.
Yeah.
Jai Sachidanand, Shaileshanandji, Jai Sachidanand. Shaileshanandji, I have this file, and whenever this file comes in front of me, my ego comes up very big. And there are two things I've observed that happens that I want to understand what I can do as a Purusharth. One thing is I have this opinion that I am better, I know more than this person, I'm superior than this person. So that creates lots of suffering. And the way it happens is anytime this person says something, immediately in my mind, I don't say anything outside, but in my mind, either I try to put it down or try to put something on top, like, oh, so I know this too, like, that kind of a reaction, like having an upper hand. So that's one thing. And then the second thing that happens is this opinion that I'm right because other people say the same thing I'm thinking about this person, therefore I'm right. And that's also stopping me from progressing. So yes, please provide guidance here.
Yes. So Sheetal, it's a very nice sort of area you have brought out. Yeah, we look at from both things. Since we have Gnan, if we look relative and real Shudhdhatma into the person, it solves 80% of our question. No sooner we see relative and real, no sooner we see Shudhdhatma in the other person, if we apply Gnan, that, oh, it's Vyavasthit happening, relative real Shudhdhatma and Sheetal dispose the file amicably with equanimity, that works 80%. But on the second side, you are right that in relative self or Prakriti, the ego stands up. I am right also stands up. I know more also stands up.
Yeah.
Now, that's correct. Now tell me two things.
Yes.
First and foremost, is Sheetal wanting recognition from others? Is Sheetal living by when she is recognized or approved or said better by others, or Sheetal lives in her own self, by her own self?
No,
Right,
from what I've observed, Sheetal's looking for recognition is what
yes.
I've observed. Oh, can't hear you.
So in a way, in a subtle part of one's Prakriti, one is little afraid. One is little afraid that the others will not recognize me, the others will not approve me, the others will not.
Yes.
So that little fear is asking ego to take some weapon of I'm right or confrontation. Now, as against that, if we want to live happily, harmoniously, nicely, then the better tool is love. Better tool is friendliness. So when our heart is friendly and when our heart is full of love, does ego stand up in between?
No, I've also had experience with the same person where I'm coming from love and nothing about this person bothers me. And then the other times it's exactly the opposite.
So that's what I'm saying, that this Prakriti is such a fast, perplexed machine, I would say. It's a Pudgal machinery which is working. And I'm trying to understand the Pudgal machinery. On one gear, it is ego, I'm right, and why does he or she doesn't listen to me, and why he or she wants to tell her story, or whatever. This is one Pudgal machinery, which in the bottom is afraid that I'll not be recognized, I'll not be approved, my value will not be there, and this and that and whatnot. On the other side, when it's friendly and love, there's no fear of others recognizing, or because we in ourselves are very happy and we don't need those flimsy things of in the world. So if you transact from this to this, be full of love, be full of friendliness, and all these worldly small matters will get washed away. Ultimately, eat, live, and be happy, but with this change of. So this is one thing which comes to my mind, that rather than kicking away that egoism, it's very difficult to kick away egoism. It's easy to transform that egoism. So we can transform that egoism to be friendly, to be loving, caring, sharing with oneness. So little transformation of that egoism, and ego will not be standing there in between.
Yes. So with this file, I feel it's in the moment, I don't have, like, the ego comes up, but afterwards I do Pratikraman, I see relative real, then everything becomes at peace and but then when, the file comes in front of me, and then everything comes up again.
But that's, see, if I share my thing a little bit, I have 3 people working with me as a staff in a hospital, right? So sometimes I may have to tell them reluctantly also. So I make enough arrangements within me I tell them that I don't like to tell you, but for this and this reasons, and they also know. And then if I have lost my balance even a little bit, I tell them sorry. I don't expect them to tell me sorry. They are my staff. Actually, ego says they should say me sorry, but no, it's their job, their understanding. I tell them sorry. So my ego gets away.
Barabar. So I
and
never.
the strength and the strength is in living or in saying sorry, not expecting sorry from others. The inner strength, one who is having inner strength, will say sorry and move away, move ahead, and will not wait for others to tell them sorry or tell them, come back, you were right and I was wrong and whatnot.
Right, right.
So a little change of understanding, I think. This is only relative plane I'm talking, relative, real, and Agnya I already mentioned first. But sometimes only Aganas also don't work. Our Prakriti has to be explained properly.
Yes, because it will work for a while. Like I'll set Purusharth and I will, but then
it's a Prakriti.
After a little while,
so that
yeah.
what I talked with Vidhi applies to all of us, that Prakriti is a bundle of understandings which we had brought from the past. With present understanding, we have to change the Prakriti's understandings. And once the Prakriti's understandings are changed, there will not be any problem.
Okay, and then, yeah, and this second thing I mentioned, there's something inside me that, like, you know, no, I think I am right. The problem is with the other person because everybody also says that.
See, right is one who makes the situation lovely. Dada Bhagwan said, Bachpan thi sau sanjogone meetha kari jane vyavhare gnani purusani bodh kadane jani jovi tarehware. Dadaji said, if you are right, the situation should not get worse. If you are right, there should not be any conflict, clash, lack of harmony and whatnot. Even if the others are creating it, you are right when you do not allow it to become disharmonious or do not allow it to get disturbed. Right is one who can set everything in a happy, harmonious, amicable thing. Dada Bhagwan said common sense is one which can open all the locks and will not allow any tie to be there or any heart to get apart. So right is one who can keep all hearts together and will not allow heart or mind to get apart. So now you decide what is the right and what is the wrong. Because what we say right and wrong is by our own beliefs, by our own relative framework. In a relative, there is nothing right or wrong. In a relative, right is one which the others, which wins the heart of other people.
Others. Okay, whatever. Thank you.
What the Nikhil has to say, Nikhil is just keeping silent.
This is good.
Partnership is one which is which both are sharing.
Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand.
Shaileshanandji, today is supposed to be the last day, and we had been doing retrospection on how we see the world at fault, contrary to what Dada Bhagwan has seen, the whole world innocent, and he used this spiritual science, you can say holistic science, you can say the stepless path, the direct vision of pure soul with which he saw the whole world innocent. He said he spent 30 lives to understand the operation of the whole universe, and he came to conclusion that there is no individual who is operating, but collective scientific circumstantial evidences come together and things happen. So that's how he showed that path, that way to see the whole world innocent, and only then that you become instrumental for the real welfare of the world. So in this regard, today is supposed to be the last day. And, we've been doing this from last 4 weeks. So I would request you to shed some light on this matter, and how you and what you have learned or known from Dada Bhagwan further in this regard, which is in relation to the last code of conduct, that is ninth code of conduct, to become instrumental for the real welfare of the world. Jai Sachidanand.
Very true. So, Deepakanandji, it's very rightly that Dadaji said that we saw the whole world innocent by making our vision clear and innocent. Mahavir also did that. We also did that. And you will be relieved when you can do that. So now, when I started looking once in Samayik, I prayed that, hey Dada Bhagwan, give me the inner strength. So wherever I'm seeing the faults of the people, I can just see that and clean that. So I saw a lot of, for a few days, that initially at each and every human being which I was coming into some vyavhar, I had seen some faults or something not correct, or it should not be like that and this way and that way. So gradually I went on cleaning that. I applied, or in fact, when I prayed, I experienced that the prajna does such a wonderful work and sheds light of so many angles and aspects. Relative and real is one angle or aspect. That's absolute angle. That by relative, each one, nobody is independent to do anything. Vyavasthit Shakti is making them do. It's a scientific circumstantial. So in a relative, why anybody is not at fault? Because one is not independent. One is being driven by karmas, driven by Vyavasthit, which is doing this. Really, when you see Shudhdhatma, immediately everybody will say, oh, Shudhdhatma, Bhagwan, Namaskar, Shudhdhatma cannot be at fault. So this is a basic. But then when I went deep, then so many things came up that it was my own inner beliefs, my own inner opinions, my own inner design, my own framework, which was looking others at fault. If I love the people who are talking nicely and goody, then I'll see, oh, they are not at fault. Then the outspoken people, even though they are speaking truth, I'll see them at fault. So I realized my own framework, my own design, my own prakriti, my own insistencies and opinions, which I went on cleaning. So I started cleaning my own inner chashma, inner vision, which will allow me to see the others as innocent. Apart from relative, real, Vyavasthit Karta and Shudhdhatma, main Gana, this helped me. Then as I went ahead, as I said, I saw that for each and every person I had opinion, maybe lighter, maybe denser. So gradually I went on clearing that, those parts went on getting cleared. I had already realized that I am at the loss when I'm looking at somebody at a fault, because immediately it hurts me. Immediately I become unhappy by looking at the fault of others. Then next step, once I prayed in Samayik that, okay, Dadaji, whenever I'm seeing fault of someone, there is some light, some awareness, prajna tells me this is not correct. But I'm seeing day in, day out, the others as doers. The other has done good rasoi, the other has done seva, the other has not done the job, and this and that. So you said that nobody is doer, I am not doer, he is not doer, they are not doers. And I am seeing in my relative vision, I am seeing everybody as a doer. Leave aside faults. I may not have seen faults. I may have seen Deepakanandji conducts the satsang very well. But that's not enough. Deepakanandji is not doer. Deepakanandji is a wonderful instrument in the scheme of Vyavasthit. So when I cannot apply the full Vignan, again, my experiment remains halfway or incomplete. So I realized that, oh, spontaneously I am seeing and ascribing doership into all of the people around or whomsoever I see. And Dadaji said that as long as you are seeing others as doers, you yourself has not become non-doer, even though you are speaking that. So that step I realized. So gradually I'm moving. And last thing, despite doing all this, the Prakriti, as long as it is not totally cleaned up, will come up again. So I have to take out time, sit back, clean it, come back. But with this going on, believe me, the inner Pudgal load will become very less. The aurans or the visions in clarity will go away. And then easily one can apply this and can stay or see as the world really innocent. Otherwise, it's not really easy. It's the last thing. It's the last station, I would say, near to last station which we are looking at. But yes, the Purusharth and the Vignan is wonderful, and we can really have that. And as I said, the world is going to be like this. All the types of people and all the gatis and directions, and people will be going to 4 directions and few to the fifth moksha. It will be going like that. I have to clean my vision and pass through that. Because no sooner I see the fault, no sooner Prakriti or relative self sees the fault, or even if not the fault, sees one as a doer, I'll be stuck there. I'll be stuck with the Pudgal. I'll be out of Chetan. I'll be out of Shudhdhatma's Chetan part. And unless that is done, I cannot be instrumental for welfare of anybody. And the classical example Dadaji used to give, that on one side there may be thief sitting, on another side there may be a donor sitting, on one side there may be a sati sitting, on other side there may be a Vaishya sitting. But in our vision, nobody is different or relative real, and nobody is at fault. And if I have even an iota that he is a thief, my words or my presence will not be beneficial or transformational to him, even though I talk that by doing this you will be at a loss in that. But inside, I don't have that iota, and I see at Shudhdhatma and I feel oneness and that Vatsalya Bhav. And then he also gets transformed. The murderers have been transformed in the presence of Jnani and Tirthankaras. The thieves have been transformed because it's a Pudgal only. And it's very easy to come from that unhappiness and suffering to the happiness of the pure soul or the purity side. It's really easy. It's difficult to remain on the side of murderer or the thief. It's easy. But the instrument, Gnani Purush, has to be absolutely transparent, cleared, and vision should be like that. So this is how Gnanis or Tirthankaras are. Their presence is, Goshalak was there in front of Mahavir, but inside Mahavir has never seen him as a fault, and ultimately he blessed Goshalak that you will also achieve moksha. Of course, the nature takes its own course, but ultimately Goshalak received Mahavir's Ashirwad. So this is Deepakanandji really an experiment. But I realize one thing: pray, sit, do vidhi, and rest. Pragna Dadaji will keep on working with you.
Yeah, very good. But I would like to request you to elaborate at least one example, very practical, of your day-to-day curriculum, how you use Dada science to see the other person innocent, although your inner belief and inner understanding was showing that the person is at fault. Because
Yes.
this will really help us how to correlate or how to use Dada's science to see someone innocent. Although you are desperately seeing that the person at fault and you are just mad at the person.
I fully got your point. So it happens at very many levels. It keeps on happening, let me tell you. If I take a very gross, simple bottom example, it happens with my staff. I know that they should have been doing this, they are not.
But give an example that they did this particular thing, which they were not supposed to be doing. Because they are having this experience, they're working with you from last 10 years, like, but still they did. So now.
Yeah. Once I came to know that, see, I'm in a way liberal with them, that I feel that they should also remain happy, but that the human tendency is to misuse that liberation. So once I came to know that they are giving injections, they are using my hospital syringes and they are putting money into their pocket. So whatever. So this is very common, Deepak. It's very common. So, but one fine moment I came to know, I was not really knowing this much in detail, but why? But okay.
Okay.
Now believe me, what my mind can tell me, it can become wild.
Yes.
Wild. Okay, I told my mind, okay, see relative real. Immediately I could.
First step, see relative real.
Yeah.
First step, correct.
I could remain normal. I told them that, okay, do you think that we should continue this? That's okay. But I could leave them happily, and I'm living with them and living nicely with them, because I see. At one time, Deepakanandji, in such Samayik, the answer came from within. In this world, if I'm trying to find a person who is faultless, I'm foolish. Because a faultless person will be in a Siddha Gati, not here. Person is here, even I'm here, even Shailesh is here, that signifies that there are mistakes inside. There are weaknesses inside. Somebody's, Dadaji used to say, one who is bola, uska mistake dikhta hai bahar. One who is very kapti, uska mistake dikhta nahi hai bahar. So one who is a seasoned thief cannot be caught. One who is novice thief can be caught. So from within, I got the answer that here everybody will have some or other weakness if looked from that aspect. But luckily, Dadaji's vision is working. So I never look at relative real Shudhdhatma. And I, in fact, feel that let them also grow out of that, so they will not have to do it again, or they grow out of that. So I could stay. This was a gross example. Now you and me know that so many things are happening around us at all levels, including our spiritual journey. And there also we have to see everybody is Shudhdhatma, Vyavasthit, and let the Vitrag mark shine its own way. But I don't have any right to have aversion or find fault with anybody from within my heart. Because this is, see, another example which is helping me, Deepakanandji, to reconcile myself, even whatever happened in the Sangh. Initially, our relative self was shocked. Okay, we have given the life, we have seen this, and we have this idea of purity with us, with which we devoted our life to Dada. But then to reconcile this Prakriti is very important, apart from Gnan, relative, Vyavasthit also. So this example helped me a lot, that in presence of Lord Mahavir, Shrenik's two sons, Konik and other son, they fought for a flimsy thing of one elephant and one har, mala.
Garland or necklace.
Right. And in a relative viewpoint, hundreds of people died in those wars. But still Mahavir could look at the things relative real. And he looked at, this is the play of karmas, how Bhamarda, the tops, are being driven by Vyavasthit in his own presence, in his own time. So in rest of the times, we are fortunate to have this vision with which we can pass unscratched or unbroken from within at least, and come back to our normal state that, okay, relatively in Shudhdhatma, this is what the Vyavasthit had to unfold, and let pray Vyavasthit that the Vitrag mark shines as it is. So it's helping day in, day out, and it has to be a continuous journey. And the second thing, I ask myself, am I normal with all these people? Can I smile with all these people? Can my speech remain taint-free or effect-free with all these people? If it is so, I am correct. If it is not, I am incorrect. Still somewhere.
Very true, very true. These are the very clear indications whether you have really seen them innocent, you have pardoned them, and all that. Very good.
At least I have become free from within, from about their opinions or anything about them, or about anybody rather.
Right, right. Thanks a lot, Jai
And I still ask Shailesh that if Vyavasthit brings them to you, okay, I'll be as loving to them as I was before.
Very good, very good.
That's my part. Rest of the part, each individual has to take care of. Sabki samalo, main meri phurta hu.
Each one must take care of themselves. Yes. I'll take care of myself.
Yes, from within.
That's true. Very good. Thank you so much. Jai Sachidanand. Thanks for the elaboration. We're done with the time. So please say three mantra, I'll follow.
Yeah, sure. Namo Vitragaya.
Namo Vitragaya.
Namo Arihantanam.
Namo Arihantanam.
Namo Siddhanam.
Namo Siddhanam.
Namo Ayariyanam.
Namo Ayariyanam.
Namo Vajjayanam.
Namo Vajjayanam.
Namo Loe Savasahunam.
Namo Loe Savasahunam.
Eso Panchanamukkaro.
Eso Panchanamukkaro.
Savapavappanasanam.
Savapavappanasanam.
Mangalanam cha sauvesim.
Mangalanam cha sauvesim.
Padmam havai mangalam.
Padmam havai mangalam.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand. Jai Sachidanand.
And some other time I'll share some small tip which nature beats me to keep me straight some other time.
Definitely we will take advantage, we'll take benefit.
I'm beaten whenever I am off center.
That's true. Jai Sachidanand. Tomorrow is Monday and our program starts like this. 6:30 we have morning prayers. 10:15 Gujarati Satsang. 3 p.m. Hindi Satsang. 4:30 we have Kirtan Bhakti and Artis. Night 9 p.m. we will have World Wide Satsang in Gujarati. And tomorrow we will start something else. We'll think about it and we'll share tomorrow.